Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Sebastian here at Leading Command Attraction. If you're new here, I'm a pickup coach slash dating coach. They kind of go hand in hand. And today I'm bringing you a very special video with one of my clients. The gentleman that you're seeing on the screen next to me is Luke. He's been working with me for a while now, did a couple of boot camps with me, a couple of online sessions, and today we're going to be discussing different topics, his experience in game, how he discovered it, what he used to struggle with, and how he is kind of progressing right now, and how he is managing with the things that he is, trying to overcome, and his experience when he started working with me. So, Luke, welcome. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you for asking. I know you went out yesterday. You did a little
Yes.
bit of a little bit of game in London yesterday. So how was that? How did that go?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It's cold out there, I must say. But you got to get it done. And as we say, consistency is key in order to progress in this skill. So just got to keep going for it, and the results will come when they come.
Yeah, absolutely. So Luke is, I would say, probably the most consistent client of mine. So he has really put in a lot of time and effort into getting good at pickup. And he's certainly seen far more results, I would say, from when you started working with me. I think do you agree? Would you say you agree? You get more results, you see a difference in the way that women respond to you in a lot of your interactions?
Yeah, I mean, if I go back, it was at the start there was just so much anxiety anyway,
Yeah.
and women were quite sort of standoffish to me, like who's this guy. But over the course of the months and then going into the autumn and now in the winter, they're a lot more receptive consistently. They're starting to, numbers are quite consistent and start to go on dates as well. So, I mean, there's only one way it's going to go, and it's up. So, yeah, we just got to keep going. And yeah, it is really starting to become fun now. At the start, it was quite nerving, and I was like, oh, I want to get this done. But yeah, I'm starting to enjoy the process, which is something that you mentioned.
Yeah, so just to take you guys back so you guys understand, when Luke came to me, the main problem that he kind of told me about is obviously, the kind of basic structure of an approach, but a lot of it was in a game. So he had a lot of negative emotions, you could say, going into his approaches. For example, if he would get rejected, he wouldn't see the good side, of like, yes, I approached, I put in the action, right? I took action. He would actually be very harsh on himself. And obviously, you definitely want to push yourself, but you don't want to be in that negative state of mind. You should always find joy in the approach. You should always find the positives, and you should focus on what improvements you can make on your next sets, rather than saying, oh fuck, I suck, this is impossible. Like, you don't want to have this mindset. You want to find joy in each approach. And I think that's the main thing that we worked on. And I think the more you incorporate that, the better your sets are, and the more relaxed you feel, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you just kind of like, because obviously I kind of said my take on it, but when did you discover game? When did you really start being consistent? And just kind of talk to the guys about how you viewed game before you started working with me.
So I mean, obviously everyone's journey is different. I sort of got into it, off the back of a pretty sort of bad couple of experiences. I mean, a lot of people do enter it that way. I had success with girls before, but it was during like a night game and stuff. But it was always felt like out of my control. That it was just happening to me rather than me making it happen, if that makes sense. And they were hard. Most of the time, there were girls I wasn't really attracted to, wasn't really interested in. So, it just came a point where I just kind of like, right, enough is enough. I've got to do something about this. Started going on YouTube, as they say, watching tons of videos, tons of infields, tons of different content. And eventually, like, yeah, I got to do my first approach. And I think it was maybe like a year ago, I just started having like small talk with strangers and like shops and stuff, because I couldn't do that. I couldn't go up to an old lady and say, you know, where's the coffee shop? It's so bad. um,
Luke doesn't pick up old ladies. I should just mention this now.
God, I hope not. But yeah, it was just doing little things like that around my local area. And then eventually I was like, right, you know, I need to get some help for this. So I had someone before you, but then obviously I came to you because I thought probably suit my style a little bit more. Um, and then we did boot camps. We've done a couple in London. I'm sorry, a couple in one in Manchester, Birmingham, and London. And yeah, ever since really doing the boot camps, that's what got me into the consistency. Because before that, there was always like an emotional barrier just to get through, and I couldn't quite approach like the girls. I couldn't quite do it. It was just like, oh, hesitation. So I needed that extra push, and obviously that's where a coach comes in to help you and guide you through those situations. And then now I've got, you know, I've got the content, I've got the theory that I need, I've got the actionable steps. And now it's just a case of implementation and, you know, just following through.
Yeah, 100%. And guys, you know, if you're doing this on your own, then obviously you need to understand not every approach is going to be successful. Not every approach is going to end up with a number. Not every number is going to end up with a date, right? There's a lot of factors that obviously are out of your control, like logistics. That's a big one, right? So when I lead boot camps, I lead boot camps to improve your skills. So for example, if you're not from London and you go to do a boot camp with me in London, and you get a bunch of numbers. Remember, some girls are flying out of London. Some girls live, you know, in a completely different part of the country, right? Some girls are foreign. So there's a lot of things that you can't really control when you do these boot camps. But the boot camps themselves are there to help you to improve your skills, right? Your social skills, the way that you approach game, and to get you out of your comfort zone and to make you experience certain aspects of social communications with women that are going to improve your social skills and your flirting game, right? So those are the things that we worked on with Luke. And obviously every client is different, like Luke said, every person is different. So the journey might take longer for some and shorter for others. That's obviously also dependent on the application that you put into the amount of time that you do this. So if you've got the time, if you make the time, more importantly, to practice consistently, then you're going to see better results. But also you got to come in at this in the way that Luke is doing it now. So instead of just seeking an outcome, seeking results with women, you know, just kind of like pushing for sex, right, and making it a big deal if it doesn't happen, you're going to come in at it as a way of having fun, enjoying yourself, enjoying the energy, enjoying the kind of masculine feminine frame that you develop with a woman, and taking it step by step, kind of just being present in the moment, right? We kind of talked about this a lot. If you're not present in the moment and you're thinking ahead, you kind of going to lose yourself in this approach. And with social interactions, especially with women, you need to be present in the moment. You need to be able to develop that connection. So that is a major thing that I want you guys to take out from this video. You know, the mindset shift that Luke did really kind of skyrocketed his length of interactions, right? So he used to have like quite short interactions in the first bootcamp, if I remember correctly, right?
Very short. Yeah. Again, I was at the start, I was very like outcome attached, as you just mentioned, just like wanting the results like now. And just like you like helped me just like, okay, take a step back and just realize, you know, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
You know, I had so much anxiety to start with. You know, you've got to slowly take baby steps towards this.
Yeah.
And with that mindset shift, you know, about enjoying the process, being present in the moment, getting out of your own way, getting out of your head, they will do wonders for people watching this if they're taking this up.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And just to kind of wrap up, really, if you want to just kind of maybe talk a little bit about your experience in the boot camps. Just kind of give the guys a quick insight into what a boot camp looks like, what you've learned, the kind of next steps that we got planned in the future and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the boot camps, I'd say the best thing about it is you're going to be pushed out your comfort zone. It's going to be nothing like you've ever experienced before. But that's, that's what needs to happen. You've got to be put into some very uncomfortable situations. I mean, I remember, for example, we were in Birmingham, and Sebastian put me into like a group of 5 or 6 girls coming out into the train station. I was just like, oh my God. There's just things like that. But it helps you so much because it's just like nothing bad's going to happen. No one cares about what you're doing. No one's watching. No one's like, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. So it's not obviously just about doing it, the single approaches. Yes, they're a part of it, but a couple of girls do, different types of situations. Maybe she's having a coffee and she's ordering, or she's on the phone, or she's about to do this or that. It's just like exposing yourself to different types of situations. And that's what boot camps really kind of teach you. And as you go along the boot camps, it gets a lot kind of easier. Like the interactions get more solid and longer, and the experience is just it's brilliant. I definitely recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, and I think what you said there about doing different kinds of approaches. I don't like to keep guys doing the same stuff over and over again. You gotta do different kinds of stuff, right? Even if you say to yourself, oh, all I want to do is do single sets, you're still going to do 2 sets. You're still going to do group sets, because those things are going to expose you to different scenarios. And again, day game is unpredictable. So what if you approach a single set? What if her friend comes along, right? If you do a 2 set, you already know how to fucking maneuver that situation. If you never do that, then you might get a little bit nervous. You might be a little bit shaky, right? She might throw you off guard. So if you know how to pass those kind of situations, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable. And game really is all about comfort. If you get to a stage where you're comfortable with the approach, a social interaction will work like a mirror. Like if you're nervous in your approach, the girl will get nervous. I told this to Luke as well, I think on the first bootcamp. If you're chill about the approach, eventually, if you stay in set, she's going to become very chill. She's going to become more receptive as you kind of peel off the layers of that stranger to stranger dynamic, right? So yeah, I also should mention that Luke actually approaches like the hottest girls. Like Luke doesn't fuck around with like girls that are like kind of attractive, maybe not that attractive. Every time we're on a boot camp and I say approach those 2 hot girls, he's like, fuck it, let's do it, right? So you got to push yourself. You got to push yourself like Luke does, because if you just stay in that comfort zone, one, you're not going to level up to the to the level that you want to be really at, and two, you're not going to find that joy, that kind of rush of energy that comes with doing game, right? So I highly recommend that you find consistency, like Luke has, that you find joy and you enjoy the process and understand it's not going to happen overnight. Also, remember that once you have that consistency and you expose yourself to these situations, the easier they will become over time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, but eventually it's going to click for you and everything's going to become much easier. It's like riding a bicycle. It's like learning how to play a musical instrument. You're training your brain to become better at this, especially if you're an introvert. You need to expose yourself to more situations like this. Otherwise, I've had clients who, they've done a boot camp and they didn't stick to their homework assignments because, yeah, like we should mention, you get homework, you get assignments, you get what you did well, what you need to improve on. If you don't do that, when you work with me, if you decide to do that, it's just not going to happen for you. You can't learn to play the piano in 5 hours, and you can't master social interactions in 5 hours. The boot camp is there to give you a foundation of skills that you can then use to progress further yourself, or you can work with me a little bit further on just to help you with the process. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up for today's video. I think we kind of did a solid journey of where you were, how you started, what you struggled with, what you're doing right now. yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to go through. Is there anything that you want to add, maybe just to say to the guys, just before we end the call?
Yeah, big piece of advice: get off the laptop and take action. And you just need that like tunnel vision. Like this is the goal. Go for it. So yeah, take action. That's all I can say.
100%. I totally agree with that. And, I've mentioned it before. If you want to do it alone, do it alone, see how it goes, right? You might get really good, it might get really easy, or it might get pretty hard, right? You might find that you get overwhelmed and maybe you need some help from someone. And if you get to that stage and you do want to work with someone, have a look at different coaches. Me personally, I do a free 15-minute consultation call with guys that reach out to me, ask them about where they're struggling, what they want to work on, and what they want to achieve. And then I present them with a quick plan. If you want to reach out, then just email me at leadingmydistraction@gmail.com and we'll be in touch. Anyway, Luke, thank you very much for your time, my friend. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you're new here, then subscribe, hit the bell notification, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. If you want to see more videos like this, I'll be happy to do more interviews like this with some of my clients and other guys out there who are in game. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.